of like going to the army, except we're not holding guns, we're holding microphones. We dance and sing. That's our training. Everything you do has to be perfect. You can't have any flaw in your makeup, your hair, your dance, your singing. If you're an idol, of course, drinking, smoking, even having a girlfriend is an imperfection.
Initially, you said you basically had to run away from Australia to follow your dreams. Is that true?
Yes, it is true. Well, I still am a good boy, I must say. It doesn't mean I ran away, it doesn't mean I'm a bad boy, but my family really wanted me to be something more stable. I was born and raised in Australia. I grew up in a really typical Chinese family where I went to Chinese school. I did tutoring, so I pretty much went to school 7 days a week. So yeah, this is Studio 1. I used to teach classes in here. I was teaching at dance studio here. It was great, you know, make good money. I was like 18, 19, paying off a loan for my own house, and I had a car, pretty much set. But I was like, oh, I had big dreams. And when I look at it on TV, it's not, you don't see many Asian faces on TV. So I was like, Mom, I'm just gonna go on a holiday and celebrate my grandma's birthday. I think my grandma was turning 81 or 80, yeah, I think 81 at that time. Yeah. So I went to China and I never came back.
Never came back?
I never came back, so it's been 4 years.
So at a certain point you win this massive talent competition.
Yes.
And you meet Jackie Chan.
Yes.
Tell me about that first meeting. How does that go?
First thing that came through my head was, this is a scam. You know? This is a scam. It's gotta be a scam.
Definitely a scam, yeah.
I met Jackie and he's like, oh, yeah, I love music, this and that. And kind of just explained what they wanted me to do. Like, it was gonna be a K-pop group. I was on TV shows, on Korean TV, without being able to speak Korean.
뻥 치기? 뻥 튀기. 뻥 치지 마. That means don't lie. Don't give me so much pain. 널 찾아가는 게 난 너에게 가는 길. Tell me where to go, my love is real.
Paint me a picture of what a day in a life of a K-pop star, like somebody like you, would be.
On a normal day, before I debuted, I would wake up at 5:30 and we'd have to go out to run at the Hangang River. We'd run 13 kilometers, have a shower, get dressed, and we'd go to the dance studio right away.
You haven't eaten anything yet?
Haven't eaten anything yet.
Right.
And our first meal is at 12 o'clock. So we dance till 12 o'clock. So our meal will be ready by 12 o'clock.
So you don't get a choice in what you're eating then, do you?
Yeah,
She's
we don't
just
get a
decided.
choice.
Right.
Yeah, the company decides. Yeah. We eat, and after that is when we have a little bit of rest. And at about 1:30, vocal classes and rap classes and stuff during that time in the afternoon. And after that, for me, that was my time to learn Korean. And after that is dinner time. After dinner, back to the dance studio, and we dance till 1 or 2 a.m.
So you go from 5 in the morning to 1 a.m.
To 1, yeah. I've been doing that for 2 years.
2 years, right.
2 years. And I ran twice in really, really hard pouring snow, and we still have to run our 13 kilometers, and then, yeah, it's intense.
Girl, I can't sleep tonight.
The standards for Korean beauty are very specific.
Yes.
Tell me about the first time you were called a big face.
I was called a big face, pretty much. When small face is probably the greatest compliment you can get from a Korean. If you have just a normal size face, I like you.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say
Like
that.
you.
Yeah.
just a regular guy. You know,
I have a regular face.
Not regular face, normal size face.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep,
You're much better looking.
Yep, dig up,
You're
it's
not
fine.
a regular face. Okay? Because you know we sing, we dance and stuff, and then people screenshot these days, and it's
Yep.
like, oh, double chin. I've been caught double chin many times. Apparently that's a shame. It's an embarrassment. From the day I first got there till today, I lost about 9 kilos. They checked my weight pretty much right away. Then they checked if I have plastic surgery. Because if I have plastic surgery, they would not take me. They told me to close my eyes first. They closed my eyes, they checked my eyes, they start touching my nose and stuff like that. So they checked before I was able to join them. And I was like, oh, it was fine, I passed.
But they also took your mobile phone as well.
Yes, they did take my mobile phone. So when I first got there, I said, we're going to take your mobile phone. And I was like, no, you're not. I've got to talk to my mum, you know? So I ended up just handing them my phone. But I wasn't actually quite scared because I still had my iPad. so then they ended up finding out I had an iPad.
Yeah.
And then they took that as well. And then I was like, that's okay, I still have my notebook. Eventually I got my notebook taken off me as well. So I had to go to the gym, and they will have these public computers in the lobby of the gym. So that is when we can contact with our family or just sending emails. So kick! Oh, big hug! Thank you guys so much.
If there was one thing from your old life, your pre-K-pop life, that you'd like to have right now, what would it be?
Ooh. Money?
Wait, don't you have money now?
I used to make more money.
Oh,
So,
really?
Yeah. Now is K-pop industry is actually very hard to make money when you're first starting off. The company invested a lot of money into you, and in the end, you're just left with nothing. But once it gets better, obviously we'll get paid, make some money and stuff like that. I may have said something that could get me in trouble, but it's okay.
It's really full on.
Yeah, it's really full on, and that's why it's just so hard. Like this time I come back to Australia for my concerts was the first time I seen my mum in 3.5 years. Yeah.
You sure it's worth it?
No. I hope so in the end. I think my ultimate dream, it's not just to become famous, but to make enough money to support my family and to have enough power to tell the company, I want to have my mum or my dad by my side every day.
If you could go back in time and talk to yourself before you landed in Korea, knowing what you know now about the regime, about the very exacting standards of beauty, the time, the distance away from family, do you think you'd still do it?
Oh, it's a hard one. It's a very hard one. Because right now, I work with some really great boys. I think if I didn't go there, I wouldn't meet them. These boys are someone that, are the people that I want to be connected with forever. But I don't think I would have regretted it. Would have chosen a different path, maybe not. Maybe study Korean first.
Yeah, maybe. Prince Mak?
Yes.
The pleasure is entirely mine.
Oh, we're done?
Yes, we're
Oh,
done.
thanks Marc Fennell. Thanks for having me on.
The pleasure is entirely mine. This is a handshake lasting for forever.
Yeah. In Korea, we don't usually do this. So,
What do you
this
do?
is
Oh,
great.
okay,
You're
right.
the
Okay.
elder here, so
Am
I have to go. 수고하셨습니다.
What do I say in return? Oh, okay then.